Welcome to the office. What do y'all think? Y'all like it? I finally got my vision in play. Tell me how you like it, because we are going to be spending quite a bit of time in here. Friday night lives, we're going to have us a really good time. So I'm trying to implement a lot of different things to, kind of get more involved with you guys. So I think us creating this space will definitely give us a chance to do that. With that being said, so we are here today to talk about the last pickups, or the pickups that I picked up within the last month. Some of them you've seen, I've already reviewed. Some of them you have not seen because they haven't been reviewed yet. But out of the ones that you haven't seen yet, I'm obviously going to tell you, well, we ain't talked about this one yet, but you guys will see it soon. Let me know which ones you would like to see first. Okay, but first, tell me what you think about my little space here, what we got going on. Is there anything that I should add, or, kind of like spruce it up a little bit? Let me know. Bring me into your vision. So with that being said, we are going to talk about the very first one, which is this right here. This is let's do a quick little clear check. Take that magazine out, show you that magazine is clear. This is the CZ Shadow 2 carry. Now, this was a nice shoot, I can say, but I was expecting a little bit more. This is the compact, what they would use, or what they would pretty much carry. This is what you're able to carry. I was expecting a little bit more out of this shoot. Maybe because it's more in a compact situation here, that I wasn't too impressed. Not that it's not a nice shoot. It is a nice shoot, but I was expecting a little bit more. Maybe I need to take it out to the range, put a few more 100 rounds through it, and may have a different feel, because I have spoken to a few other people that have this same pistol, and that was their same experience. It was more of their first, they wasn't completely sold by it, but after they continued to shoot it, they kind of, I wouldn't say grew on them, they kind of found the love for it. So up first is that CZ Shadow 2 Compact. This one has been reviewed, so if you want to check that out, make sure that you do. All right, up next, let's talk about this one here. And I know you guys have seen this already. Pistol is clear, magazine is empty, and this is that M18X by SIG. Absolutely great shoot. My first M18, I was not sold in the beginning. I probably, if you ask me, well, Yoke, what is your least favorite SIG? That M18, my first M18, I would say was my least favorite shoot. I just did not care for it too much. Now, as far as this M18X, I am enjoying it. Now, we are running, this is the Romeo M17 on here, and we also have that TLR 1HL. Everything, it just marries on here. Absolutely beautiful. We have reviewed this pistol, so if you're interested in that, make sure that you go back and check that out. This was a wonderful shoot. All right, up next, we shot this here. Now, this also has been reviewed. This is the SAR K12. Pistol is clear. This is the K12 Sport. Pistol is clear. There is no magazine in this. Now, this is a full steel frame pistol. From what I understand, this is kind of a dupe to what CZ has going on with their shadows. This is a much affordable option in the shoot. As you can see here, the slides, they have, probably the slide length in common, or the slide height, meaning this way, in common. And that was something that I didn't care for a lot with CZ, was the shortness of the slide. Thankfully, this one here is quite simple to engage, so I did not have an issue with that. I did experience a little bit of an ammo sensitivity as far as grainage goes. We first shot 115 grain through here, and it kind of struggled. with the 2 magazines, I was like, you know what? After the second one, I was like, let's just bump it up a little bit. We bumped it up to 124 and it performed absolutely beautiful. The weight on here is great. The length of the barrel length and everything on here on this pistol just works so well. So if you're looking for something that, you know, you kind of not want to step out there and say, to pay all of that for a CZ, this SAR K12 Sport definitely performs very, very well. I enjoyed this a lot, and especially just the grip texture on here, the panels on here, everything just marries so well. You have your very pronounced magazine release. I mean, it's just, I'm not going to go on and on about it. If you want more about this, make sure that you check that video out. But this pistol is great. The serrations in the front, I could just go on and on, but I'm not. So this one here, the SAR K12 Sport. Beautiful. Okay, we also talked about this right here. Yes, this is in the folded state. This is the Keltech Sub 2000, but what makes this one different, it's chambered in 5.7. So let's do a quick, let's drop this magazine really quick. Oh, excuse me, the hell? And the way that you would actually deploy this is there's a button right here in the front, and you would push that in and it would actually pivot so that you do not lose your optic functions. Now, your first generations of the Sub 2000s, it was quite difficult for you to run a red dot or a scope or optic, whatever it was that you were running on these, because when you actually folded this carbine, it kind of like deployed right back where your optic rail was. So that was pretty not the most functional part of the pistol. Now, my first one, I do have chambered in 9mm. I did not enjoy it at all. Everything on it was just very, very tight. But as far as this second generation goes, I feel like they kind of took it back to the drawing board and kind of like, you know what I'm saying, figured it out. And I can appreciate that very much, because I did enjoy shooting this much more than I did my very first Sub 2000. Now, this does have a threaded barrel. This also has been reviewed on the channel. So if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about this, make sure that you go ahead and you check that out. Now, what makes this that much more special is it's chambered in 5.7. Now, how do you deploy this to actually, break that down? The trigger guard right here is where you would apply some pressure, fold that up, you would pivot it to the side, and you would lock that down like so. And to re-engage, you would push this button here, pull it out, and just turn that up like that. So this is the Keltech Sub 2000 chambered in 5.7. All right, so moving right along. This one, I'm gonna bring this one up because we've already talked about this. This is my Haywood Stream Glock 17 Gen 3. Beautiful. We are running, this is the Holosun 407C on here with the solar panel. There is no magazine in here, and this pistol is clear. So this pistol has been pretty much fully personalized for me. Look at this. All that, the safe kind of has like a little carpet thing on the inside, and it's kind of like the actual stippling on the grip has actually picked up some of that stuff. That just goes to show the texture of that stipple on here. It's very smoothly aggressive. And when I say smoothly aggressive, I kind of want to put you in the mind of the Echelon. It's not as smooth as the Echelon. It actually is just a little bit more textured, but it feels equally as great in the hand. Now, when I say this has been fully personalized for me, my logo is pretty much on here in more than one place, and this right here shoots absolutely beautiful. We do have a ported barrel on here. We have cuts in the slide. We have just look so that you can see, kind of like make that out for yourself. And something that I had, this was actually my first Gen 3 grip with the one finger groove or the one finger indentation on here. And I think I enjoy this more than the Gen 4s. And this would be something that I would be interested in finding a few more of these Glocks, the Gen 3 Glocks, to, you know, see how that would actually work out for me. But this does have a Terran Tactical, as you can see, flared mag well on there, and also a very, very beautiful shoot. Now, another thing, because this does have a ported barrel, I didn't want to, you know, run 115 grain. So as some of you may know, when you're running, you know, pistols that have ports in the barrel, it kind of expels more of the gas than the average pistol would. So me just stepping into 124 grain was by choice, because I just, you know, that was just the logic of this for me. So yes, this is my Yoke Gang Miami Nights Glock 17 by Haywood Streams. Absolutely beautiful. Get this magazine. Let's put this back in here because I did show you that that magazine was empty. All right, moving right along. Now the next three, they have not been reviewed yet. So if you're interested in seeing any of these on up next, let me know, drop that in the comments, and we'll definitely get that out to you ASAP. Now up first, we do have another SAR box. Now this SAR in particular, this one here is the SAR Stainless 2000, chambered in 9mm. Very similar to the K12 as far as it being an all steel frame, but it's not as, this kind of puts me more in the mind frame of like more of a sporter. Well, even though this one is sport, but more of a smaller, compact style pistol. The barrel length is just a smidget shorter than the K12, but this one has a rubberized grip on here. So I think that is going to make this more of a comfortable shoot. The pistol is clear, and let's drop this magazine so that you can see that that is empty. Now, this rubberized grip on here, I feel like it could be, yeah, more comfortable, because you guys know that I do enjoy that rubberized grip a lot, especially for that more humid feeling, sweatier hands, all that stuff. And it's nice and tapered in the back. So actually holding this pistol in the hand, it is quite comfortable. We have not shot this yet. So if this is something that you're interested in seeing next, drop that in the comments, and we will definitely talk about this SAR. This is a 2000 chambered in 9mm. Very, very pretty pistol for sure. Let's get this box out of the way. Okay, now up next, this is another Keltech box. Now, Keltech has really been trying to keep up. And when I say keep up, I am saying this as far as the experience that I have. I really haven't seen or noticed, I should say, that Keltech had any or many carry options as far as their pistols go. So besides the standard, what was that, the P17? I think this is a P15. The P17 being chambered in the 22, it kind of favors a lot, but this one here is actually the P15 chambered in 9mm, as you can see. I'm not sure how this is going to do. The pistol is very light. We also, I don't know if this is a safety function back here, but this, I don't know. Once we review it, we will figure it out. Feels very narrow in the hand. The grip, as you can see, is very, very small. Let me see, how can I fix this so that you guys can see how thin this pistol is. You see how thin that is? For it to be chambered in 9mm, it's probably going to be a very, very snappy shoot. It does hold 15 rounds. The slide is a little tight, but it does have very pronounced serrations in it, and it's also optic ready. So this could be something quite interesting, and it has an accessory rail underneath. So this seems like it can be a very interesting shoot. The grip texture, I don't know what that is. It's almost like a stencil. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but because this was something that was released this year, I felt like, okay, let's talk about it. I haven't seen much commotion about it, and you know me, I definitely got to bring you what it is that I see or what it is that I find that may be interesting to you. Price point is pretty decent, but hey, Keltech in the whole, everything that they have is at a pretty decent price point. But this right here is the P15 chambered in 9mm. 15 rounds. Interesting. Let's switch this here like this. That one's just a little bit smaller. Okay. And last but not least, you have not seen this, but if you've seen my What Did I Pick Up in Louisiana, you have an idea of what is in this little bag. This is, I know the Springfield bags. And what we have in this bag, let's do a quick clear check. There is a flag in there, but I'm going to do a quick visual. Let's just take that out in the hole. Pistol is clear. Look at that. Let's hold this up like this so that you guys don't miss it. The Springfield Prodigy 5-inch comp. Now, if you've been with me long enough, you know I did not have a good experience with my first 5-inch. It was not comp, but it was just the first 5-inch that Springfield did with their Prodigy DS's. Comes to find out, it was a magazine issue. They struggled with their magazines. I don't know what happened, but hopefully they figured it out and they've gotten themselves together. Now, I also have a Prodigy 4 1/4 that shoots like a dream. It's an absolute beautiful shoot. And when I found out that they came out with a comp version of the 5-inch, I said, you know what? They've had time to kind of iron out whatever issues that they were having. So hopefully this would be a better experience for me, and I had to get it. So this was actually my last pickup so far, as you see on the table. Now, one thing that I can appreciate with this off rip is your front sight is behind the comp. Meaning your comp is up here and your front sight is back here versus my front sight being ahead of the comp. That is actually going to prevent a lot of that gunpowder that is going to be expelled to not get that front sight all black and dirty very quickly. This looks like this could be a night sight thus far. Yes, so that is a great move on Springfield, putting that actually behind the comp, but it's heavy and I love it. I love the weight. Prodigies really have performed for me in the past, besides that 5-inch, but in the past they've performed very, very well. The only gripe that I have with Prodigy, and I feel like being, you know, what they did with the Echelon as far as the foot, the different patterns and stuff that they give you with the footprints and all that, so that you're able to mount the optics of your choice, because they give you the little tabs and stuff for you to make that happen. It's so difficult finding optics for the Prodigy. Now, they do give you a plate. They give you one plate, and that plate will fit the Hex Dragonfly. They're not the easiest to come by, and if you're looking for anything else that you want to run, you have to get the plate from Springfield. So I think they kind of have you in a chokehold as far as that goes. But if they would do something a little bit more universal, I think it would be a fantastic move on their part. But as of now, that is what we got and what we're dealing with. So we're gonna pretty much have to find a hex or purchase a plate. That's just all to it. So this is the Springfield 1911 DS Prodigy Comp. Full pick space underneath, so riding the X300 on here is not going to be a problem. I don't like when the lights kind of stick out a little bit on the front, so that flush look for me, or even it sitting just a little bit behind, just gives it that nice clean look that I like. So this is, I believe, going to be a very, very nice shoot with the magazine. So nice. I'm also going to run some staccato magazines through this as well, just to give it a try, because that is probably one of the best parts of this. It's the ability to run the staccato magazines, and I have tons of them, so the reloads are going to be very minimum or none for sure, because I have just that many to just go ahead and probably load about, and it won't be hard to load 100 rounds because these are 20 round magazines. And it comes with 2. There's another one in the box actually, but we will get further in depth with that when we get to the range and we do our official unboxing and let you know all that. But as you can tell, I'm quite excited about this. So you guys will probably be seeing this very soon, but I am going to give you a chance to let me know exactly which one of these you would like to see first. So with that being said, let's run through them one more time very, very quickly. And first, you're going to see the ones that have already been reviewed. And this is the CZ Shadow 2. This one is the compact. We're going to bring this back. We're going to bring this back so I can tell you exactly how I feel about that. We also have the SIG M18X. Very beautiful shoot. Make sure you check that video out, as well as this SAR. This is the K12 Sport, chambered in 9mm, also a very nice shoot. We have the Glock 17 Yoke Gang Miami Nights, Gen 3, also a very nice shoot. We have the Keltech Sub 2000, chambered in 5.7. Now for the pistols that have not been reviewed, we have the Keltech P15, chambered in 9mm. We have the SAR. This is the SAR. I can't pronounce that SAR. Yes, it's SAR SILMAZ 2000, chambered in 9mm with the rubberized grip. And that Prodigy DS, Prodigy 1911 DS Comp by Springfield. So, out of these last 3, which one would you like to see first? Let me know, drop it in the comments, let's talk. But this is the PickUp's, my last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pickups within the last month. And what do you think? Is there something that you would like to see? Drop that in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's see if I can find it. I will definitely bring it to the channel and let you know how I feel about it. So with that being said, Yoke Gang, if you have not yet checked out www.yokegang.com, make sure that you do pick up a t-shirt or a patch, support the channel. This is how I make this happen. And thank you for supporting the channel just by watching this video. And y'all already know I love y'all for life.